Hello and welcome along to the magic formula from the marketingtutorblog.com. The idea here is to try to help you to structure both your assignments, questions and also your exams. It's a very simple technique and I'll show you exactly how it works. There's a few things that it doesn't really seem to matter what type of exam report you read. People seem to make the same mistakes over and over. I'm sure you've all done it. It's the classic, I wish I'd been asked this, I have this piece of information, and therefore, Mr. Examiner, here you are. We also find these days that people tend to describe exactly what's happening at the moment, but that is really only part of the deal. Or they're given a case study and they rewrite the case study in great detail. We've already given you the case study. Try to make sure that you add to it. Some people are perhaps a little bit too scared of making a mess of it or failing, so therefore they don't really want to take it on that a little bit further. Another thing is time management. Often you see an exam that maybe somebody's done really well on the first two parts and then sadly they fail to finish the paper. Lack of application. You'll see on the blog lots of examples and case studies and articles. Make sure that you can use those. An evaluation. That's one of the key things that we have a real need for in exam questions and assessments reports to show us what it means, and I'm going to show you each one of these stages. The other problem is people tend to dump loads and loads of theory and loads of irrelevant material. You've got to focus. Okay, so this is the magic formula. It's something that I developed for myself and then fine-tuned for students quite some time ago. So let's have a look at it. The first stage is here, the concept. This is where you show your knowledge, your understanding of exactly what that piece of knowledge is. So, for example, if you had a question on the value of the marketing plan, first thing you would do is to show what the marketing plan is. So that's where you'd outline the stages of the plan and its key components. That is your foundation. Once you've got that, then you can show how well the marketing plan works. It doesn't have to be a marketing plan, it could be segmentation, consumer behaviour, whatever. It's the same principle. So how does that work in practice? And this is the second stage. This is the application. This is where case studies and examples, maybe from an organisation that you're working with at the moment or one you've worked with in the past, one you've seen in the news. So how does it work at the moment? Absolutely crucial. Imagine that you're marking this organisation out of 10. How good is it? If you say it's 6 out of 10, that gives you room for improvement. And that room for improvement is here. This is the critical stage. And if you're moving through from maybe an A-level, an undergrad to a master's, the further along the educational process you go, the greater the emphasis that's placed on evaluation. What does that tell me? Prove it. How good is it? Don't just say, well, I think it's a good idea, so. So why would this be a good idea? Why would it help you to segment your market better? Why should you go into a new market? Why should you launch a new product? You might think about that in terms of, for example, greater profitability, to beat the competitors, to build your brand value. It's all about proof. Don't just promise you're going to do something, prove how well it's going to work. So you sat in the exam, it's that horrible sinking feeling, and you're asked a question about market segmentation. You've now got a structure. So what is market segmentation? Here are the stages of it. What is a marketing plan? And then the second part of your answer is how does it work? The third part is what does it tell me? Keep that simple structure in place and you really won't go far wrong. And here we go, here's a few more details. So the concept establishes the base of knowledge. That's that key bit that you know you need to show to the examiner or to the assessor, whether it's exam or an assignment. And we use the term benchmark. So this is what segmentation is. This is what a marketing plan should look like. Case studies, examples, scenarios, you really need to bring this thing to life. Otherwise it's like reading a textbook again, and that really isn't going to take you very far. And this again is the crucial part, the difference between the concept and the application. So market segmentation should be organisation X does. How good is it? If you think it's not very good, show why not. Show what you can do better. Always remember, if you're writing a report, keep the 3 stages in mind. What is it? Application, evaluation. Then when you're thinking about the structure, unless you're told differently, cover it off in equal weighting. If you're moving towards more of a master's level, then you'll put the weighting onto the evaluation. If you're given a case study in an exam or in an assignment, mini scenario, focus on the concepts. It will give you a structure. With case studies, people tend to be a bit vague and it's easy to waffle and sidetrack. Plan the structure. This is what I'm going to say. This is what I'm going to focus on. And if it's a case study, you might well find there's links between the questions. So what is this organisation doing in terms of its marketing plan? How would you improve it and build its brand? So they do link together. Be realistic. Show a timeline. You can't do everything at once, and that will really sort out the better grades for you. So, just to recap, the magic formula is 3 stages. When you're sitting in the exam, for example, plan your answer. Outline your points in rough. Be very structured. Number them, cross them through, and focus on the specifics of the question that you've been asked, not the one that you wish you'd been asked. I hope that helped you as much as it helped me many years ago and some of the students that have passed through my hands over time. Okay, good luck with it all.